presumption is that all of us are having a wonderful evening. My name is Norman Tumuhimbise. It is our pledge that every Friday at 5 p.m. to 6, we have yet another episode of Face the Nation, where we invite people to give us their opinions in a specific topic or discussion. With this, we do our best to look for people in governance, human rights, to mention but a few. Of course, some may be people from government, some may be those that are in courts against the government, in good faith, not the bad faith of being against the government, and then you think we host rebels. We do not host rebels here. We host people. Okay, we host verbal rebels. Yeah, people who use their tongues to, to speak truth to power, and also some other opinion leaders. Today, we are grateful to have Mr. Vianney Ngoma Matov. Some colleagues have names that make it hard to determine where they belong, because I have the Matovos in Uganda, I have Matovos in Western. So he will, of course, briefly tell us. He is one of the NRA Bush war fighters. When you mention fighters, very many Democrats feel irritated with the word fighter, as if there's anyone who sent you to fight. So when people raise concerns, Mr. Matov and others will always say, but we fought. And then we ask, okay, who sent you to fight? He will tell us why he fought and what was he fighting for, what was he fighting against. Some philosophers have also come to say that there are people who say freedom fighters. And so people are like, okay, it is to mean they are fighting freedom, not fighting for freedom. He will, of course, tell us. Years later, he fell out with his CIC commander-in-chief. He will share with us, when did he fall out with the commander-in-chief? Why did he fall out with the commander-in-chief? I will ask Mr. Vianney Matov Ngoma to say hello to our viewers, and then we shall proceed, sir.
I am grateful to be on this platform.
Face the nation. So you are facing the nation.
Face the nation.
As the nation faces you.
So that the nation will check what we did, what is on table, and even view what they include as a point at us, mostly the generation. Of recent, I heard in Kenya they are calling them the Gen Zs. I don't know what it means. Now, I'm grateful to face the nation, to answer and debrief the nation, and respond to their concerns.
Thank you, sir. Precisely. Do you ever regret having joined the Bush war?
I don't regret at all. But we have to view the situation and the environment.
To some people, to some people, I think it's becoming a national phenomenon that all of you, the Bushmen, people who are in the bush, not the Bushmen of South Africa, the Bush war fighters, when any of the platforms tricks you to answer whether it's a no or yes, none of you has ever said that you regret. As if to say the regrets come later. Why don't you regret for having been in the Bush war, and then the government you brought in power is doing what it does?
Now, the reason why we don't regret is one. A freedom fighter, it entails sacrifice, because we had no agreement that we are going to be paid salaries, remunerations, nor we had an agreement with each other that after the struggle, we shall take positions.
So
that's why we don't regret.
So why are you big?
But the reason why we have some stiff funnel and interests of questions is how things are being done. Contrary to the social contract, I can call it a social contract we had, because the struggle of Ruwero Triangle, the struggle of Kagera War, for us we participated in two, Kagera War and Ruwero Triangle, was not a struggle of military men and women. It was for the public That's why we called it popular struggle, popular resistance, civil disobedience. It means all Ugandans were involved. Now, the problem arose with the current law. The current law in place excludes the key players and involve the public servants. Take an example. The Secretariat of NRM, together with our civil servants, moved the decision in the SEC, the sole controlling organ of NRM.
I think it's the supreme most.
Yes, that they no longer want a body of people constituted from the national to go to campaign to the local level. But those who moved the decision, they knocked others out. They are there. For example, the speaker is always with the president on the campaign trail. And when they are there, they don't allow the what? The DEC, district executive committees, the structures, as they said. They are the ones to sing and dance, then bring the candidate. The prime minister is always there. The secretary general and that team, which means they were creating that situation for themselves, not the flow down. Secondly, what is causing bitterness, which people call bitterness, it is not bitterness. It was our culture, it was our discipline, and our mode of doing things.
Is it people or it's just a few of you?
We called it open criticism. For us by then, by that time, open criticism was very good, was heresy. So we are used of criticism. But
you used of resistance, as your name suggests.
Yes, but when they brought the current law, criticism is what they call a critic. A noun is a critic. When you criticize, is an offense. This is why you see things are causing some chaos, disagreement, and bitterness. If we can roll it back to open criticism to remain a heresy modus operandi, there will be no problem. We can play the game nicely, because by the time the president himself can testify, this General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni could come on a parade, you openly criticize him. He couldn't say or direct, and it doesn't mean by then he didn't have powers, had more powers than today. He couldn't direct you to be punished. He couldn't direct you to be chased away from the organization, but they could listen and solve what you are criticizing. But now, when you criticize that this one is wrong, you are charged, taken to police, you are a criminal, taken to court, and other legal consequences can surround you, and you are even incriminated by the law and sentenced to custodial sentences, or warned, or even chased out from the practice. Secondly, what made things stagger, look as if they are bitter while not, is the way how things are being done. By then, any person had a prerogative while being checked by the security to approach the president without being tampered with. But now,
you were a few. We have 40 million
but now,
Ugandans.
even if they suspect you to advance in front, you have to be arrested, taken away, and whisked away. So now people, they even fear him now. They no longer come closer to him like the other day. Because the other time, even if he's not on program, when he parks somewhere, they could run
Ambush him.
direct close to him. But now when he stops, they run away. Because they know when you try to come closer, the special force will detain. You can even be amputated, because they use a lot of unreasonable force.
If I may ask you, Mr. Ngoma, The commander-in-chief you fought with and the one, of course, we see now, how would you best describe the two of them?
The best description, the other one, the first one and the previous one.
Which
was
one? Which one is the first one? From which year to which year?
The struggle.
That's which year?
From 1971 to 1986. Six.
That's a different one in your view?
Different. And typically different.
How many do we have in your view? We have the one of 1979 to 86.
We have the struggle started from 1971,
okay,
then to 1986.
So that to you, that's one. That's one. That's 117 to you. The second one becomes.
The second one came with contesting in elections.
So that is the one of 1996. That's a different one.
To date, is different.
So in your view, how many M7s do we have?
Two.
In your view,
we have two.
How different are they?
Let me begin with the former one.
The one of 72 to 86.
That one, he was popular to the masses. He could come and discuss with the leaders. After the leaders could go to the opinion leaders, could go and discuss with ex-servicemen, could go further and discuss and meet cross one-on-one the local population. Not going there to direct them, for the population to debrief him how things are done, what is done, and what is remaining according to the agreement we had with the population. Then we jump to this
the second
last one. This last one is having a problem of the law. They took over the mandate of the population. That mandate of the population was assigned to the leaders, those elected and those who are serving within the government who are not elective. Now they no longer allow the local population to talk to Museveni.
Because you are
even if you are on a national function, the population is closed outside
because you
in the crowd.
Because you are represented.
The big
you have local councils.
No, let me give you an example. In 1997, all these councils and the leaders and the ministers were there. We were with him at Kaburasoke. When we were with him, and that function was not for the people of Kaburasoke. When the people of Kaburasoke saw a helicopter, they came. What we did, we explained to them that you first wait patiently outside. We finish our meeting, then he handles you. After our meeting with him at Kaburasoke in 1997, I emphasize it, we called the population. These local people, Wananchi, they came closer to him. He addressed them. They told him that for us, you promised this, our elder or our leader so and so betrayed, he's not on freeze. Then they solved the matter, which is not now.
So having mentioned the two, in your view, the two commander-in-chiefs, precisely how would you describe now this second one?
This second one is more legitimatized. When you are, for example, me, today, when I am elected so and so, whether he knows me, whether he does not know me, immediately I must be closer to him. He was taken away by the law, by the current law, not by his wish. He's not wishing to, but there is at times when he tells them that in this meeting, let us have so and so. They respond to him that the law doesn't allow, and he cannot.
So where is the problem now?
The problem is the parliament and those who have been member of parliament for NRM since 1986. Because they are the ones who form these acts and laws, binding and scaring him away from the population. Because when we started this matter of interacting with the population, we were not rulers, we were leaders. But now they created what they called state governed, law-governed state. When a law-governed state arises in, you change to a ruler. Now these ones are rulers, they are not leaders.
Doesn't he see what you mentioned? Because if you say that it's the laws that have a problem, don't you think he also observes that there is the law? And so would you blame it to just the parliamentarians or even himself?
Yes, because parliament, according to the constitution, took over everything, because the commission of presidency is in parliament. Now it is being chaired by Byargaba. This one of Isingiro, who lost the primary elections, is the chairperson of presidential committee. And there is another committee of presidential assurance and pledges. So all pledges that staggers, that committee should be interacting with the public and give a report to the president for him to respond. Or them make an oversight role as they are entitled by the law, so that things can be done.
Thank you, Mr. Ngoma. But now, it's on record that many people, many scholars, rather have a different theory. They say that your commander-in-chief is the one who captured the institution of parliament. With how you mentioned, it's as if it's the parliament that captured him. How different is that?
Yes. He cannot. He has no that mandate to capture parliament. You know, when we reach disagreements in African character, we create what we call deviations. But for us, the best with us, the historicals, we handle issues. We don't handle personalities. Those who are handling personalities, they roll it back to him. Let me give you an example. The best, you are a journalist. When they went during COVID time and shifted parliament to Kororo, when President Museveni was going to address the parliament, the special forces crossed to the precincts. Seung raised the concern to the speaker. They chased them there. If they have that mandate of chasing the presidential security, that you are not supposed to cross here, and it is effected, they have powers. But the problem, the member of parliament, they went there for their own business, and they don't mind about him. For them, they are aware that if they can rule anything to mess, they will work with others. Let me give you an example. Kawanga Simongerere was in the parliament of Obote. When it foreign, was in the parliament of Museveni and in a cabinet. Joas Mayanja Nkanji was there. This is why I advise President Museveni to not lean and hinge much on parliamentarians. Take an example. Others lose flags. After losing flags, they go independence. For them, they are tracing for greener pasture. He must be serious. This is why I was convincing him to create a national council, so that a national council can compose the elders, the youth, the women, the disability, the local people, even those who doesn't know how to read and write, so that it can keep overseeing and regulating what is right or wrong. But if they keep like this, they may even not in support of him. Because you see, when the public is crying, it is what the act they pass, which they know that the public doesn't like. Others are betraying him on the floor of parliament. there are some other people who rant by the time in the last elections that their population doesn't support what Museveni supports. What they did, they ganged with the population, objected his, so that they cannot lose their election. Theirs is popularity. His is executive leadership. They should differentiate the two. This is why they don't mind about. And even we should change the law. An act of parliament, when it is passed by parliament, let it remain with parliament, not crossing to the president to assent. When you assent, this is why every problem, when that law collides with the population, they are bitter and annoyed with him because they know he's the one who puts it into practice. Let it remain with parliament when it amplifies, when it makes people angry, when it affects the population attacks parliament, not him. Himself should be an implementer, because an executive role is to implement a social contract which they call manifesto and other laws from the government and the country's development according to the population you are leading, but not involving. Now they are even pushing that to him, saying that let us first go to Ntebe and talk to him about this law. I want them to change that law. Let them lead their legislative role, because we have 3 arms independently. Let the judiciary act independently. Let the executive implement. Let the legislature legislate independently. We separate who is in problems with us, who is in messes with the population, who has objected, because this one knocks out the constitution itself, because they have over amended it.
But when you mention that we should have each one of the arms working independently, who do you think has captured them, that they don't work independently?
Now, the law captured them. This is how it captured them. You first go to the internal, what they call primary elections. In primary elections, you have to come as a property of that party. Then they have internal, they formed into parliament, national executive themselves. They are now inside, captured by agreeing to be national executive, because that body, you must be a member of parliament. When they sit there, you must come and in support of the position. That's what they call the position of your party. This is why you find a member of parliament, they don't talk in the parliament.
I move by what my party.
Those who doesn't know, they think that they don't know English, they are incapable, they cannot.
But maybe hold it there. I ask you.
But they fear to be the opposite, because you can.
Yes, why would you be the opposite of a party? Because you seem to suggest that, because with how you mention, rather you submit your ideas, it's as if you're anti-political party dispensation. Because there must be a stand of a party. What does my party say? Not just individual merit, where you want to take us back in the movement system.
The party shouldn't come with wishes and anxieties. It should come with ideas. You go inside there, your internal arrangement, to hit the issue. The debate must go with issues, not what you want, whether it is wrong. So now the political party dispensation you are telling me is not in Uganda. We are still in one party system.
No.
A proof is this.
No, Mr. Ngoma. As far as I know, you know that on 23 third and fourth, Uganda had people being nominated, and I will give you examples. As far as I remember, unless where you are, you have no TV, which I doubt because you have. Mr. Museveni, in fact, we shouldn't even run to the nominations. As far as I know, there have been party primaries. And also, as far as I know that you know, DP had its elections, internal party elections. ANT had Alliance for National Transformation. CP, the Conservative Party, National Resistance Movement, the party. Okay, for you did bring a party. You brought an armed force, NRA. I don't know whether you let alone joined you had actually through all that. So you will be misleading our people there. That a one Vianney Ngoma, well educated, having fought with NRA, tells the public that we don't have political parties. Young people will say, Muzeyi yetereze. You are lying to them. There is UP, there is NRM, we have all of these, as you know, and each one of them has a presidential candidate, and they already, in fact, even in NUP, they all have, presidential candidates, and they all have parliamentary and local council candidates. Why do you want to lie to people that we don't have political parties?
Okay, let me give a proof, a legal proof on table. We have 30 something plus registered political parties. In the dialogue,
which dialogue do you mean? The interparty, the iPod?
iPod. We have 3 parties in dialogue, meaning that we have to calculate. We divide by the other ones remained out. Compared to these,
you said we have 30?
32.
We have 32 in the registered political parties. In the formal dialogue, we have DP, NRM, now JEMA, and NUP. 4.
Yes, 4. Then we divide with those 4.
You remain with literally.
Then we go
28 or 20.
Then we go
27
to the law. The law stipulates that political parties and political organizations. Within the organizations, we have civil society organizations which are political. They are supposed also to be there. But those ones are excluded or deduct 0 party. It remained 1 party. But in practice of blanketing of those who doesn't research about the politics, how we are supposed to be run, they think we are in a multi-party state. Because you are not supposed to start. It is like when in a class, you have in a candidate class for final exam, or at tertiary institution for final course, you have 20. They all registered. They all paid tuitions and the like. But in sitting an exam, you select 3. That's not a year. If you go in terms of...
In your view, all of these political parties are like candidates.
Yes.
When your neighbor time comes, you say, no, we now need these 4. Out of 36, you remain with 27.
And the law,
rather,
when we were packaging the multi-party dispensation, we used the following words: opening up. When you are using some criteria,
you close up.
Making laws of exclusion, you are closing up, meaning you are in one party. Then the activity, that money that is being shared in the iPod is to enable, the target is to enable registered political parties to do political activities and civil society organizations to do political activities. When you share the money with 4,
amongst the 4,
you are marginalizing the many not to do the practice of politics.
I think, I don't want to represent the framers of the law, but perhaps they were putting a yardstick for you who hasn't had a member of parliament to first of all prove to us that you are worth our support by working hard and at least have one MP like Jema has. It's Basarirwa. So first organize, bring at least one, and then you say okay. If we can organize with nothing, so when he comes to be part of us, and we give him something, maybe he will work better.
That one also doesn't apply. It went with numerical strengths.
Yeah, definitely.
The numerable with their strengths in numbers, they take the highest money. Meaning you are counterposed. You are tied by the legs and the head. You cannot race with them. So this one should be like how we play this game called relay. Relay, you are on one spot with your sticks.
Yeah.
They start you at once.
You sprint and then
your ability to be the first to relay is the one that wins the game. This one should be equally distributed with all registered because the law doesn't force us, the political act doesn't force us to register and contest. That's why we have political organizations.
Not political parties.
There
are other organizations.
We have political parties and political organizations act. Rate organizations do civic education, voter education, having shared the money. And the political parties do the contest.
The political participation now.
Yes, political participation of the electoral process. Now they have merged it
into purely political.
So therefore forming it to when people were studying in schools in the animalism rule, that one of the animal farm more equal
than others.
More what? Like what happened in the Umofia Progressive Union in Nigeria. When they were trying to settle the land problem, the Umofia Progressive Union dominated and selected a candidate to go and study law while he was not capable in England. When he reached there, failed, studied history, they were expecting him to come back in Omofia to help them in litigations of land grudges, only to come when they were making a party for him, a welcome party, told them that with me, I am opposite of what
you said me to study.
Yes. This is how it comes.
So in short, also, your government is now the opposite of what people sent you to fight for. And also the political companies.
And what happening was in the enshrines of the law. Because constitutionality is a supreme body. When you make an act subsiding the supreme body, that is an abrogation. It means you are doing away with the supreme.
So how would you advise them in case because I understand that having fallen out with the president, and now I know you are a leader with, I should say, and without fear or favor, that you are now a leader in rather an idle, stagnant, non-performer, which other word can I apply that may bring the exact picture of your UPM? How would you have managed this situation, especially about the iPod things?
UPM, when you go to the Electoral Commission now and get
your official registry
and get a report, that's when you can confirm what I'm telling you. We qualified with our candidate.
You had a presidential candidate?
Yes, we brought signatures. We are verified. Some were missing. We went and brought the toppling ones crossed. They gave us a PRN. We went and paid the nomination fee.
20 million.
When we came, they told us that now we shall not print it now, the certificate of contestation. Which
when you say we, who? Isn't there a specific individual who told you? Could you please mention to the camera that this is this officer or this commissioner who said we cannot print the certificate?
That commissioner, because we go direct to the chairman, because this business of presidential nomination rotates from the chairman,
Yeah.
doesn't go to the commissioner, the chairman, the chairperson of the
He's the one you
Commission.
addressed.
Yes. Then they told us that on the nomination day, it is already in the system. We checked, it was on the system, not knowing that they are refusing to issue it out a downloaded and printed so that they will broadcast to access the Venom. When we reached there,
Wait, you also attempted to drive to Lubowa without
we
any
didn't
proof.
attempt.
You were there.
We were sure.
Only to be disappointed.
Only to reach the security said they approve. We said this and this. They said no. You don't
But
have.
which proof did you have? Because
Then we called. They sent one of the commissioners. The commissioner came.
At the entrance.
Yes, said, they are right, but they should produce a hard copy.
Who is, wait, the commissioner telling the security that you are right, for
Right,
having appeared.
But you should have
produce
a hard copy of the certificate. After completing
the clearance,
they give you a certificate. Then there they championed us. We wrote a complaint. Because
that's on 23rd, 24th?
Yes.
The first day?
The first day.
23rd.
Then we wrote a complaint because the law stipulates that when you are grieved, petition immediately, then the commission can nominate. They promised us, it was Wednesday. They promised Thursday. Then when it reached Thursday, we went there to the commission, we didn't find any.
At the current office, the industrial
area. Then we threatened to sue them to court. All those threats are still on table, exchanging. But that of the nominations, as they have started campaigns, now the commission has no mandate to nominate. But what we shall do, we shall take them to court. They reimburse all the costs.
So wait, what excuse? Because here we have two incidents. You reach Lubowa, they send you back to the Electoral Commission to have your hard copy printed. So you reach the industrial area, Electoral Commission. What happened there?
And
here we are talking about a day to now the final day
for them
nomination.
To us, because they were aware that we qualified. When we reached to industrial area, they didn't send police. But our brother Muhammad Insereko, he was also toasted like that. When he came, they brought back. They stormed the place. But with us, I cannot give a bad report against the security. I think it was briefed that with those people, we are the ones cheating their mandate, confuse them cosmetically, don't roughly handle them. And even they betrayed us with the press. The press people didn't feature it out that the UPM people were here, were chased at the door. No, they could even saw there is one who came and found us there, came alone within a sort.
Some candidate, yeah.
Alone, eating each commando. That one was featured on the cameras, on the press, made news. But with us, they kept it down there because for us, they knew when we are in this race, we were more extremely capable to challenge all of these candidates contesting now. Because for us, UPM has been registered for last 20 years.
With your poor performance in 1980, how have things changed? Because you were rejected with your commander-in-chief when he contested for Mbarara North, and he was defeated by Sam Kutesa, a DP. Now, for sure, in 1980 December elections, you were not even able to scoop one position. A reason for which you took your anger, even when you had lost to the bush, forcefully came back and took power.
No, it was not
the same party. You are representing the same party that has a very, very ugly history of losing, and then you are here convincing the world that the way people feared you is the reason for which they barred you from contesting.
Now, let me first give a view to the nation that the Ruwero Triangle matter was not the question of losing elections. Was a question of our objectives. We have three.
A second, Mr.
Clean leadership, peace, and unity. When this unity, clean leadership, and peace were not in the country, it is what springs out a need for that revolution.
So to say, NRA lied to citizens, putting it in your 10-point program, that one of the reasons for which you ran to the bush was also rigging. But at heart, you also know that you weren't rigged because you didn't have votes. You didn't even have enough parliament. In fact, even if all of the UPM candidates had gone through, you would still make no impact in the 1981 government. Because
votes, we had many votes. Let me prove how we had. We managed to have candidates every constituency.
In the whole country?
Yes.
UPM?
UPM had.
But you see, it's one thing to have...
And we had even strong people like Ignatius Msaz.
It's one thing to have
candidates.
It's one thing to have candidates all over, and it's another thing to have votes for those candidates. Because we have seen big numbers. Do you know, in Uganda, it's where numbers lie. You'd have as many, and by the time you check in the ballot box, you just shake your head.
For us, we were able. Because by then, the first objective was federal states.
Where did they...
Which Obote, the one who was declared, was the one who demolished the federal state.
Where did these numbers go for Mbarara North for your commander-in-chief?
That was Mbarara
yes.
North.
Oh yeah, against
they
Sam
were
Kutesa.
They were all from there, and Sam Kutesa was always there. With Yoweri Museveni was in the struggle. You know, by then the thinking of the people to us, they were not trusting us. They were thinking, you know, the Banyankore, by then, they changed of recent. They didn't want anybody, whether you were studied, whether you were schooled, whether you were a trader, to trade from outside. They wanted you to remain there. That's when they are sure.
You remain with your locals, with your electorate.
But with Museveni going Dar es Salaam, China, we are coming back for a while.
They did not associate with him. They didn't see him once.
They didn't associate with him. They were with Sam Kutesa, knowing that this one is ours, commonly known here.
Okay. In our remaining minutes, Mr. Ngoma, because with what you mentioned, to some scholars would already have a specific picture of the ongoing process now as we speak. First of all, we have heard from, of course, it's on record, the Minister of Justice, and I will quote some of his words in Uganda. Tewali masanyalaze, like they won't arrest any of you. Now, with such calm campaigns, what does that first of all communicate to the electorate and the likely results? Don't you think the person now you are fighting in courts has set a very fair platform, bring your message and be voted or otherwise?
No, there are some of the loopholes which are not plugged.
Like?
When the Electoral Commission over-rely on the police and the military, that means the situation is not stable. It should be fairly, regular, and free. And you see, you find there is where I saw a candidate on the harmonized program with the Electoral Commission is allowed to be here. And reaching the district security committee is casing him with the police that you are not supposed to be here. And when I am going to see on your news, on your platforms, as per the digital migrations we have, you find Biabakama lamenting only that those are diseases.
What would you
want to come?
Yeah, what do you want
we shall do what? And it doesn't change. We shall take them to court. Take them to court, which means he's even showing us that himself is not able. Because Biabakama should be summoning the RDs of Metiana, who I saw,
stopping a candidate to
chasing a candidate, changing even the venue without that mandate, writing a warning letter. When she acts contrary again, advising the government, advising the office of the president to declare the services of that woman no longer required because is too segregative, is too political, because the RDCC is a public service job. Okay. You are not supposed to be partisan. That's why Hood Hussein, when he got that desire to contest, resigned.
Down, yeah. Okay, 2 questions and then we close. Precisely, how different is this campaign from the previous one of COVID? In reference to the violence and the rest, and of course this calm one. Literally it is, at least by surface.
This one, the reason why you see things simple, these who are contesting, they fear. When they reach here, they say channel, they channel. If they can maintain their position, you can see what will transpire.
Over the two who is patriotic, don't you want to deviate from the patriotism your commander-in-chief and yourself preach to people about being patriotic? So when police says, that's why there is a saying in police, yamba police kuyambe in Uganda. You hear police and police helps you. So they say, Saviani use this route. We think that once you go through Mbale City or Jinja City, you might cause trouble. And you obey by the law, and then you go. What is wrong with that?
In the mapping, the Electoral Commission uses the word roadmap. In the roadmap, those routes specified by police, they are not there. They are illegally imparted there to make you fail. Because when you are going by the GPS, it shows you that when the police is using a technical machinery on the candidates of GPS, because GPS shows you that when you take this route, you will reach Mbari within 2 hours. Yeah. Then when you rotate like this,
6 hours on the road.
Hours. That's what they are using.
So they consume your 4 hours technically.
Yes. Then you reach there late. When
they say, but now you
when you stage the rally, the Electoral Commission disqualifies you because there is a law.
Stop at 5.
Yes.
You will have wasted your 4 hours towards where you are going. Oh, okay.
Fine. Or you can get astray because those
you can also get lost or even get stuck in the bad roads.
Are not specified and they are not known to the candidates.
Finally, so what does that communicate now? What should people expect after January elections? Okay, either, immediately after the elections, what's your prophecy? What do you see?
The expectation.
Something new or something old? What did you expect?
The expectation will not be free and fair. Let me give you an example. I was on your TV, these platforms, because you are the ones that I see, that's why I say yours. Tonight, I saw Right Honorable Nabanja in Kakumiro directing seriously with a band of police and army, threatening the locals that the question of this election, when it concerns Museveni, no joke. Those are, you can even get her on the show because it is on record. And these people, I don't know what is killing them. At the level of the Prime Minister, why did she go with the press? I suspect these people, they no longer want President Museveni. They are tarnishing his name.
Which people now?
These the Nabanja. How can you go to do what you know that is wrong in law and you go with the press? For me, I was not in Kakumiro, but tonight I was viewed over the matter, saying that one, no.
Does that mean
Yabakama directed that during the elections, no fundraisings, no what? Nabanja was fundraising for a market. He's on record.
Are there saboteurs in government?
Now,
that fight the
those
president?
are saboteurs. We internal. But the president himself thinks they are pro him. Because Nabanja could have gone secretly without the press. Does the fundraising, does the what, which the Electoral Commission doesn't want, secretly gets out. But she was with the press. Tonight, pronounced the whole country.
Okay, we are closing, Mr. Vianney. I want you to close with in a minute, and then because had asked you to close, of course, to close with that very one. What we expect? What should the public expect come January?
The expectation, if the commission doesn't take over its mandate seriously, or else when it is overpowered, resigns, the elections will not be free and fair. Because if you can see some of the government officials, they all say you are not supposed to go with a government vehicle, use government machinery. They are using them. They can be impatient because they are powerful and do otherwise. So now are not until, and I would advise the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission is the one which is conducting this mess. These meetings which they have with the security, let the commission not sit with them secretly. It should call all registered political parties, civil societies, elders, and these candidates who are contesting. Okay. We sit there.
Finally,
we make a resolution all together. But when I only to run, I run on TVs and platforms.
So finally, Mr. Vianney, in just 40 seconds, UPM is denied to participate, to be on ballot paper for the coming elections.
Yeah.
So whom are you supporting now as UPM? You chose to watch things and become sadists, spectators. What is your plan?
We have not planned to support any because we were able to field our own.
We know who failed, who did not qualify. He's not there. He's in the shadow. Yeah, he's in the shadow. He's not there. So you are not supporting any?
Not any.
Okay. Gentlemen and ladies, we have this show every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6, with people like Mr. Vianney and so many others to share their opinions and face the nation as the show suggests. We shall catch you some other time. Keep it digital. Norman.